The other day I posted on Facebook that I had a confession that while I had been really good at sales and really prioritized selling over everything else, that I actually wasn't that good at building funnels or really interacting with my email service provider. ConvertKit for me. I made the admission that even though I had these skills, I was still lacking the nuts and bolts of how to build funnels, specifically inside ClickFunnels. Now, why ClickFunnels? Well, ClickFunnels just had their phone hacking live last week. I attended virtually, and seeing people walk across the stage, collecting their 2 Comma Club awards, I mean, that's fine, that's great. Not everybody that collects a 2 Comma Club award means that they did it themselves. They could have a team, or they could be running other people's traffic and they were able to just kind of piggyback off that success. But that's neither here nor there. The very fact that these people are collecting an award for generating $1 million in revenue, this doesn't necessarily mean net, right? It's not like they're taking home $1 million, but just $1 million in revenue generated. It got me frustrated. It got me quite beside myself, because while I have been in this game of internet marketing and entrepreneurship for the past 8 years, the fact that I don't have one of those things pisses me off. And to me, it's unacceptable. And part of that, I recognize, is not knowing how to use the funnels, right? How to build them. Now, there's some people out there who might say, well, Ben, if you're so good at sales, having generated 2.6 million in revenue generated, why don't you just sell somebody or sell something and then have somebody build those funnels for you? Wow. You know, I really wish I would have thought of that first. I would rather learn how to do that skill set, both through sending emails out through ConvertKit and learning how to do ClickFunnels, so that I have it. If I'm going to outsource and hire other people to do a job, I need to be able to do that job to at least have functional mastery over it. So I made the confession. What was interesting is that I got a lot of response on Facebook. Got a lot of people that liked that post and a lot of people that commented. Now, seeing as I've been in the game for 8 years, I have networked with tons of people, and there were some people who commented. There's other people that messaged me privately and said, no, seriously, if you need any help, just let me know. And it's always fun when somebody who also just won a 2 Comma Club award says, Ben, you'll kill it. It also just lets me know I have goodwill out in the marketplace. And after having not put something out for so long, you can begin to have amnesia for how awesome you are. Or as I like to call it, awesomeness amnesia. I have helped hundreds, at this point thousands of people in my own business, and then I helped a ton of people, thousands of people, when I was working at a very large digital marketing consultancy. So I have all of this goodwill, I have all of this social capital out there that I haven't necessarily tried to cash in on. And it's not that I'm trying to cash in on it, it's just that the response to my post was overwhelmingly positive, and it was a nice surprise. I think what's interesting that really made that post blow up, if you will, is that I was being transparent. I was being transparent about where I was. For anybody who has an insecurity about something, being transparent and saying you don't know how to do something, especially in a world where everybody is so obsessed with KPIs and being the best, and basically it's like a huge dick pissing contest. Yeah, I mean, you can begin to lose sight of the fact that, you know what, people love it when you're an actual human being. Because there's a lot to be said when you just say, look, I'm not the best at this, or I have a character flaw, and this is what I'm willing to do about it. And I also think that that's why it did so well as well, because I have friends with a bunch of entrepreneurs, people who are all about taking control, owning their lives. And the fact that I said I'm gonna make a commitment to learning ClickFunnels and ConvertKit really spoke to them as well, because I was embodying a character trait that a lot of people want to embody themselves, and that's integrity. But the fact that I said this and said that I'm committed to it meant that I am swallowing a bitter pill. And so the whole point of this video is to talk about the power of transparency. Now, I've been very careful and mindful to use the word transparent versus vulnerable, because I really think that they're two different things. I believe vulnerability is you sharing whatever is on your mind and just hitting the go live button. And if you're going through a rough day, you're sharing it with your audience. And I don't think that's actually going to do you very many favors. Not if you're trying to build social capital, definitely if you're trying to build influence. Because a lot of people, especially in the very woo-woo circles, they will claim that vulnerability is the highest, most trait that you can have. And I don't think that's true, because if you're going through something and you're sharing it with people real time, then all you're showing is that you are just like them. And if you are trying to position yourself as someone who is a teacher, someone who people can model, someone who other people want to be like, then that takes away your influence and your power, because now you're just like them. And it's really hard to be able to gain that back. On the other hand, transparency and letting people know that this is something that has been a struggle of mine, and I'm willingly choosing to let you in on what's going on, let you in on my world, even though it's uncomfortable. I think that actually gets more social credit, more social capital than being vulnerable. So I think that if you want to share something, go through it, process it, learn your lessons, learn the mistakes, integrate them, and then only then go back and share it with your audience, because then it's going to be that much more powerful. Because what they, meaning your audience, is going through, you can say, look, it's okay, I've been there before, here's what I did, and here's how I got on the other side of it, and here are the lessons that I learned. Much more powerful. So that's why I think that post blew up, and that's it. See you on the next one.